Greetings, salutations, respect, and love. I am Scott, and today, I'm putting Charisma Month on hold because, a certain icon put out an album Friday, and it's been getting a whole bunch of attention, and a whole lot of people are talking about just how great this thing is. Well, just like a fine wine, Jon Anderson's voice just keeps getting better and better, it seems. It's absolutely insane. So he dropped this thing called True with the Band Geeks on Friday, and people are freaking out. Came out on Frontier, and I got a bone to pick with Frontier. I don't know why I had to get it, like everybody else. I didn't get an advanced copy. They don't seem to care a whole lot about the prog corner, but that's all right. We keep reviewing their albums, and they keep ignoring us. Maybe we'll have to fix that at some point. I don't know. But Jon Anderson, you guys know who he is, and I've been really, really excited of late because he's put out two really good albums in the last 8 years. There was 2016's The Invention of Knowledge with Royna Stolt from the Flower Kings, an awesome, awesome album. We're still waiting on part 2 of it. Just like we're still waiting on part 2 of Elias of Sun Hillow. And then in 2019, he put out 1,000 Hands. Again, we're waiting on part 2 of this. It'll probably never happen, but this was a cool record. And then, Jon decided he was going to do some stuff with Anderson, Wakeman, and Rabin, the ARW thing that went on, touring concurrent with Yes Official. And then he went on tour with the School of Rock Kids, Paul Green's Rock Academy. And then he hooked up with these guys, the Band Geeks. Who are the Band Geeks? What's going on here? Well, the Band Geeks started out as like a podcast doing covers, and then they went over onto YouTube and kind of exploded. They've got like 16 million views on their YouTube channel. It's Richie Castellano's YouTube channel. So people are definitely interested in what they're doing. And if you listen to any of those Yes covers that the Band Geeks did, just amazing. Who are the Band Geeks, you ask? Well, that's a good question. It's obviously Richie Castellano, a cat a lot of people know because he's been in Blue Oyster Cult for like 15 years, and a big, big reason why their last album, The Symbol Remains, was amazing. And Andy Graziano plays guitar. He's absolutely incredible. He can play both Steve Howe and Trevor Rabin, which is kind of important in this gig. Andy Ascolis plays drums. He's outstanding. And you've got 2 keyboard players. You've got Christopher Clark, who handles a lot of the synths and stuff like that. And Rob Kipp does the Hammond organ. I guess he's like a Hammond organ specialist. And I was a little upset because I'm a big, big fan of their female vocalist, Anne-Marie Nacho. And I didn't hear anything about her being on there. She's all over the album and backing vocals. She's amazing. You got the whole Band Geek crew in tow here. And I've been hearing a lot of people saying, like, Andy Edwards proclaimed this was the best Yes album since 90125. And I've heard other people talking like, this is the best Jon Anderson solo album ever. Way better than Mirror to the Sky. This is the true Yes. Hold your horses, Kemosabe. We're not quite there yet. It's a very, very good album, and I'm going to be breaking it down here for you guys in just a minute. But the elephant in the room here, I'm going to have to dispel some rumors here right quick and just put up on the screen Jon's Facebook post from the early 2000s where he describes and explains how he quit Yes. No, he did not get fired from Yes. Yes, he did get really, really ill. And the band had a big old tour planned. So that was obviously a source of tension within the band. But he did get better, and he did want to come back in the band. But he wanted to come back as a 50%er, right? He wanted half. And at the time, the band included guys like, Chris Squire, Alan White, Steve Howe, and they said absolutely not. So there's the Facebook post that Jon did. For all you people that think that Jon got fired, didn't happen. Just wanted to set the record straight. And back to True. It starts out with a fantastic song called True Messenger. It's like 6 minutes long, and this is definitely going for that 70s Yes feel. You got a mandolin in B minor. You got a lot of weird keys here, so I'm guessing there was some key manipulation to help Jon along, because you've got songs in B flat, A flat, D flat. Guitar players wrote this stuff, man. Guitar players don't write in E flat or D flat. Come on, give me a break. Jon's voice sounds really, really good. This song here was written by Jon Richie Castellano and a guy named Jamie Dunlop, who wrote all the South Park soundtrack music. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Synths sound real good. The Rickenbacker bass is just amazing on this track. Very modern, very cool middle section. Some tasty Hammond organ from Rob Kipp here. Some great soloing, and then as the song ends, you get like a Trevor Rabin thing. So this song is like a great marriage between Yes West and classic 70s sound. The next song dispenses with the 70s entirely. It's called Shine On, and it's 100% Trevor Rabin era Yes. Actually, so much so that my mind started to flow into Trevor Rabin's album Rio, which has like a similar callback type of feel to it. Definitely got a 90125 vibe on this track. I'm listening to it and I'm thinking, 90125 might have sounded like this if Chris Squire had actually been engaged and interested in the music, because he was half asleep during the 80s. Way too many drugs there. It's got that Leave It kind of sound on the vocals, very high energy. Like I said, maybe like if Chris Squire was awake during the 80s, but also maybe if Trevor Rabin was in the band during the latter era. It's got that kind of feel to it. Song was written by Jon and Richie. Good track. Next up is the 10-minute long mini epic called Counties and Countries. This thing was written solely by Jon. I think it's the only song on here that he's got a sole songwriting credit on. Starts with nylon string, kind of making you think of like Magnification or Key Studio era stuff. Complete with the really bad Rick Wakeman sounding keyboard patches. Absolutely. Got some orchestrations on here that takes you back to like Time in a Word or Magnification, or maybe this is Jon Anderson poking at Steve Howe's Yes, using the orchestrations on the last couple albums. I don't know, but you got a boom, 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 kind of and you and I rhythmic pattern in here that's really, really great. As the song progresses, you've got Steve Howe sounding solos, Rick Wakeman sounding solos. Oh man, Jon's voice sounds so good on this track. I love this song. The melodies are strong. The band's inspired and energetic. Apparently, this was the first song that they recorded, and maybe that explains why the drum sound is a little bit better on this track than the rest of the album, and also might explain why Jon's voice sounds better, because he sounds very, very good on this track. Couple other songs, his voice sounds a little bit ragged, including the next one, which is called Build Me an Ocean. It's a 3-minute like piano ballad. This thing was written by Jimmy Hahn and Jon Anderson. Jimmy Hahn, oh man, you're taking me all the way back to Union and those two Arc of Life albums that Jimmy Hahn was involved with the latter-day members of Yes and Dave Kersner and stuff. What's Jimmy Hahn doing on here? Jon's voice doesn't sound great here at all, but the acoustic guitars sound really good. And once the song gets going, there's a real nice acoustic guitar solo that I dig. It's an A flat. Again, what guitarist writes an A flat? Yeah, give me a break. Next up is a song called Still a Friend. And this was the biggest surprise on here because after Build Me an Ocean, I was kind of sort of starting to get out of this album because the first 3 tracks are just amazing. Really, really good. And then we get to this one here, Still a Friend. This was the one that was written by the band Geeks. And then they sent it over to Jon. So I guess Andy Castellano, Richie Castellano, Andy Ascoles, and Christopher Clark get songwriting credit along with Jon Anderson. And this one just sounds like a band song. It's just so frenzied and energetic, really cool rhythmically, a lot going on here. Real staccato rhythm. You're in D flat minor here. And then as you get into the chorus, it shifts over into like a D that's implied, but the chord progression is going E flat, C to D. Great energy. The chord progression is fantastic. I guess Andy's playing a Gibson ES 175 here, which really zeroes in on that mid to early 70s Steve Howe kind of sound. It's just great. You get a little acoustic break towards the end of the song where it's just the acoustic guitar playing chords and Jon singing. Sounds amazing. There's more key changes on this song than Kentucky Fried Chicken has wings. Absolutely, man. It just keeps spinning around. You don't know where you're at. 5 minutes well spent. Absolutely love it. Next track is called Make It Right. It's a 6-minute track. It's kind of a two-parter because the next song is kind of part 2 of it. And it starts out with more nylon string, and this is Andy Graziano playing a classical guitar, and he's playing that tremolo style. You know what I'm talking about, like Recuerdos del Hambre and all that kind of Villalobos type of stuff. Really cool, pleasant tune, but again, Jon's voice sounds a little haggard here. Maybe it's because of all the touring he was doing with ARW, and then the School of Rock Kids, and then the tour with the Band Geeks. Maybe he was just using his voice a little bit too much, but there's a little accordion going on in the background here that I like. This song might be a little bit too long. It's a nice arrangement. You got a little like gospel feel in the backing vocals, like gospel meets Beach Boys kind of. It's pretty cool. It's not bad. This song's written by John Ritchie and John Elias. No, we don't. No, not John Elias. Absolutely not. It's still a good song. Next up is called Realization, and this is written by Jon Anderson and Jimmy Howe again. There we go with Jimmy. Yeah, you know, I was a little worried about this album seeing John Elias and Jimmy Hahn getting songwriting credits, but fear not. This is a cool song. Like I said, it's kind of part 2 of Make It Right. We're in F here. We were in F in Make It Right. We're in F in this song here. Get out of it what you want. Get out of it what you put in, Jon sings. And then he busts out with the woos a whole bunch of times. He's just so happy and excited. Why wouldn't he be happy and excited if you're playing this music? This music's great. I guess Richie's playing a fretless bass on here. The song doesn't really go anywhere, but it's basically all about the atmospherics. Oh, let this be heaven. Oh, let this be life. It's a pretty song. I like it, but its main function is to lead you up to the epic, man. The 16.5-minute track known as Once Upon a Dream. This is the Band Geeks again, Richie, Andy, and Chris, along with Jon Anderson, wrote this, and wow, oh, what a track, man. We haven't had an actual, real epic in Yes Land for a long, long time, and yeah, I'm talking about that 15-minute mark, right? You got to go all the way back to like, how far back do you have to go to get an actual Yes epic? I guess you got to go all the way back to Mind Drive, right? Or Endless Dream. Mind Drive, probably. Yeah, whatever, man. But this song is so great. It starts with the strings and Jon chanting like it's Tales from Topographic Oceans time again. This song promises a whole bunch. It delivers in spades. But there's some darker tones here. There's some heavier moments, some rockin' moments. Real cool. There's like this long come down middle section that actually utilizes the original demos. So that's kind of cool that Richie put the demo right smack dab in the middle of the finished product and just worked around it. Very cool. As the song gets back into the main part, you get this ginormous church organ solo that's taking me all the way to Going for the One, or maybe even close to the Edge territory. Just great. And anytime Jon sings about, the sunrise, right? Whenever the word sunrise comes out of Jon Anderson's mouth, I'm going to be a happy guy. What a great track this is. Fantastic. I felt a bit let down by the final track called Thank God. First couple times I listened to it, I didn't like it, but I was wrong, man. I was dead wrong. This is a cute little song written by Jon and somebody named Robin Crow, who apparently is like this life coach, type of, inspirational speaker who also writes songs. So sounds like Jon found a soulmate there. This entire song is basically the D major scale, right? It starts on D, and then it goes to E, and then F sharp, and then G, and then A. It just follows the whole chromatic or diatonic scale all the way through until we get to, another part where it starts on 2 instead of starts on 1. And then you got a pretty cool chord progression, a turnaround that's a 6 to the 5 of 4, which is C, and then back to the 5, which is A. Real cute turnaround, real nice chord progression, beautiful little song. I absolutely adore it. So I was dead wrong about Thank God. Really great song. But what's my score on this, man? If you look at Jon Anderson's solo career, it's not that impressive, man. It really isn't. So if you're going to call this the best Jon Anderson solo album of all time, there's really not a whole lot of competition. Honestly, I'm only looking at Elias of Sun Hillow as its only competition, and Elias is perfect. So clearly this isn't as good as Elias. So the comparison needs to be with the Mirror to the Sky. And honestly, I did my score independently, and wouldn't you know it, know. What's my score going to be? It's the exact same score I gave Mirror to the Sky. I'm giving this puppy 8.5. I think it's really, really strong. I really like this album. A great, great deal. But I just can't cotton with that album cover, man. I don't know if Frontiers wants to give me a copy. Maybe I'll have it. I don't know if I can buy it, man. I just don't. I don't know if I can buy that thing. That album cover's terrible. It's absolutely atrocious. I know it was Jon Anderson's daughter that did it, so maybe I should cut her a little bit of slack, but maybe I won't, because that's what I do here. Anyway, guys, yeah, we preempted the Tuzmork review. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Their brand new album, The Dawn of Oberon. Do I have it here? Oh, yeah, here it is. Oh, this thing's terrific. I love Tuzmork. Anyway, guys, that's tomorrow on the channel. And then Wednesday we'll do something else. I have no idea. We'll just play it by ear. It's the Prog Corner, man. I do whatever I want. Anyway, guys, peace in the Middle East. Free Tibet. Free the Ukraine. Free Willie. And God save the king. Save King Chucky. Oh, yeah, King Chucky needs your saving right now. He absolutely does. Bring that boy to America, because I hear he needs some good doctrine. Bring him to America, and we'll lay some hands on him. Oh, yeah, the spiritual healing. All those healing hands of the believers. Oh, yeah, and then we'll do some spells and incantations. And our prayer warriors are working 24/7. Oh, King Chucky got the cancer. Oh, we got to save that boy. Thoughts and prayers for the king. And then we're going to drink some poison. Brand new poison for you. It's Mountain Dew Spark. Let's see. Nope, that didn't do it. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to fix that boy up. Hey, Billy Bob, get me them snakes. Oh, yeah, here they come. Oh, we're dancing with snakes, boys and girls. Oh, yeah, we are. And King Chucky will be saved. Them snakes ain't going to get us. No way, they're not going to get us. The Spirit of the Lord is in me. The Spirit of the Lord is in you. And I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.